just because you can do something doesn't mean that you should do something.
Yeah.
And every opportunity is not necessarily a good opportunity if it's not the one that was meant for you. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Creatives Are Essential podcast, where we have therapeutic conversations for the creative mind. I am Christina.
It's your boy Mark Lee.
Des.
And I'm Joe. Well grown, friends.
And before we jump in, Mark, you want to tell them about our friends over at Music Bed?
Yes, so this episode is in partnership with Music Bed. If you are a creator, Music Bed is the #1 source for all your music needs, whether you produce reels, short films, podcasts. As a matter of fact, the music that we have included in this podcast is from Music Bed. So go ahead and check them out. And if you click the link in our description, that'll take you over to Music Bed. And when you use the code Creatives Are Essential, you will receive your first month off of an annual subscription. So once again, the code is Creatives Are Essential.
Creatives Are Essential.
Check out musicbed.com and tell them that we sent you.
All right. And one more thing, if you are listening to this podcast and you have not yet subscribed, you know, over here at Creatives Are Essential, we don't believe in situationships. We believe in committed relationships. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
Make it official.
Yeah. On whatever platform you're listening to, YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, Google, wherever. Just follow, subscribe, rate, share, comment, all of the things. Okay.
All the
Google,
stuffs.
Yep. Google too.
Google Play.
All of them.
And while we're here, you can also follow us on Instagram at Creatives Are Essential, and go to creativesareessential.co and get you some Creatives Are Essential merch.
Yes,
Summer
indeedy.
drop coming soon. Spring. When does summer start?
It's May?
June?
May? I think it's May.
End
isn't
of
it?
May. I think.
Well,
We live in Florida, so I just never keep
It's
up.
always summer here.
exactly. I'm like, we're
It's
in the
always
middle.
summer.
We
We're
have
in the
like 2
middle.
days of winter and that's it.
Right.
Right, exactly. So let's jump into a kind of hot topic. We're a little late, to this topic. However,
It's a warm topic at this point.
It's warm. The last time we filmed, the day we filmed was the Oscars, of course. And literally right after we finished and we went home, we found out that Will Smith just slapped.
The
Chris
slap
Rock
heard
on
around the
stuff.
world.
So, for a while I thought it was staged.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
honestly,
You went right into
Stage.
conspiracy.
yeah, because I refuse to get punked by these award shows. I'm not with it. But I still do think it is. But I'm just gonna let go of that for the sake of conversation.
All right.
What do you guys think about the whole situation?
Well, I'll say for me, when it first happened, I was really like trying to think through this. Like, let me think from like this whole space here. Like for a while, it was like from Will's perspective, because I'm like, okay, I can see, because everybody's like, oh, well, he was laughing, but like I can see him. When you're at award shows, you kind of just have to put on a face for stuff and laugh at all the jokes, even if you don't think they're funny. But
Right.
But then like. You see this moment, I can see him like maybe laughing and looking over and seeing like Jada didn't think that was funny. And then it's like, oh, snap, I got to defend my wife's honor type of thing.
Right.
Now, I can understand being upset, but I also wouldn't say you have the right to walk up on a stage and like, I thought he punched him at first. It
That's what I
didn't
thought
sound like
too.
a slap. It did not sound like a
But you
slap at all.
slap another man?
Like
why
I feel
not
it's more
punch him?
disrespectful than punching him.
Slapping is
Slapping?
the ultimate
Yeah.
sign of like disrespect. Like
Yeah.
if you punch, it means I respect you. If you slap somebody, it's like
Like you a
mine.
B. Like straight
Is
up.
that like
If I-
guy code?
If I punch you, I respect you.
I mean, at least I look at you as like, like
man,
you
like
punch
an
a
equal.
dude. You know what I mean? Like you don't slap a dude. Like when you slap, it's like almost like I think that less of you that I'm not even gonna punch you. I'm gonna slap you. Like because you will like
A word you can't use.
exactly. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Straight up. So I felt I did feel some type of way because I it was tough for me because I have a lot of respect for Will Smith. I think he's I like a lot of the stuff he does and all that jazz. But I had a hard time kind of riding with him on this one.
Yeah.
I feel like over time, I think it'll die down. People are like, is it going to taint his legacy? To a degree, but
To
the
an
next
extent,
thing
I
is
think
going to
it did.
happen and people are going to forget, right?
I don't know because this is my thing was this was his first time winning an Oscar. Like he
So
won
sad.
Best Actor, and the only thing we're talking about
Yeah.
is him slapping someone.
For what movie? We don't know. He slapped somebody.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It just overshadows.
It does.
Everything.
It's a shame. It really is, man.
So I've heard, and I've been reading his book. Well, before all this, I need to go back to it, but I know that he talks about like seeing his mom get abused by his dad as he was a kid, and he always felt like he was a coward because he never stepped in to like protect his mom. So a lot of people are saying that they think that has something to do with it. Like, here's this woman who you're watching her get beat as a child, and you carry that weight throughout your whole life. Like, man, I just never stepped up, or, you know what I mean? Like, protected her. So for him, maybe in that moment, it was just like, this is my moment of like redemption. Or
I don't feel like that was the case at all.
What do you think it was?
I have two theories here. One was that he wasn't really slapping Chris Rock. He was slapping everybody that's been
well, Des wants to slap Jada.
Exactly. I think he's been put through the ringer on several stuff, like with the whole entanglement situation. I feel like he feels like he's being clowned everywhere he looks, kind of, you know what I mean? And I think
That's her fault.
Chris Rock was standing prostrate or in space of all those other people. That was one theory. Secondly, I felt like he was just like, you know what, this dude is beneath me, and I'll do it to him because I know Chris Rock ain't gonna do nothing.
Really?
So I think so to an extent, because do you think if that was Idris Elba up there,
do you
think he would have walked up there and slapped Idris?
Or The Rock.
or The Rock? Do you really think he would have done that? Like, be real. Do you think?
Okay,
I don't think he would have. I think it was because it was Chris Rock.
Chris as like a little punk.
That's
like a
part
little
of
wimpy little something.
He's not gonna fight back.
Yeah.
I think that's part of the reason why he did that. I think if it was an Idris or The Rock, I think he would have been mad still, but like he would have addressed him, mouthed off, or like maybe approached him afterwards, after the show or something like that. But
Right.
he wouldn't have walked up there and did nothing like that.
Right.
That's how I see it.
I wish that what he said after he had sat back down, like, keep my wife's name out your mouth.
Yeah.
I wish he would have said that first.
Yeah, I agree.
Or just left it at that.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
the message would have,
Like, move on.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
yo, move on.
like, that would have been enough. You didn't have to, like, go up on stage
Yeah.
and actually,
Yeah.
slap the man. And kudos to Chris Rock for not doing anything,
Yeah.
because Chris Rock could have showed us a whole different side of him.
Yeah.
If, we don't know what Chris Rock does in his free time.
The only thing that I thought about, like the main thing was, dang, it had to be us.
I know.
Right.
It had to be
I
us.
know.
Yeah.
It had to be us,
I
Yeah.
know.
But
This what happened when you let the blacks in.
Yep. See what
see,
happens?
this is why we didn't invite y'all in 2016.
Right,
Oscar's
wasn't it
so white.
Oscar so white?
Yeah.
They include us and this is what we do.
Yeah, man. And I mean, I even think from Chris's perspective, I don't think he was thinking that deep on that joke. Like, people like, everybody knows she has alopecia and this and that and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, he wasn't thinking about that. He just saw a bald woman and made a G.I. Jane joke. Because
Well, he
in the
said that
army, they
his
shave your head.
writers wrote that joke. He didn't write the joke and he didn't come off the cuff with it.
Oh, he
So
didn't?
it was I want to say premeditated. That sounds kind of deep.
Yeah,
But
I mean, well, yeah, they do
premeditated.
write. They write the jokes.
Yeah, his writers wrote it. And so-called he didn't know and all this different type of
But
stuff.
yeah, I could still see him not knowing that. I honestly believe if he knew she had alopecia, he probably wouldn't have made that joke.
Right.
For me, I mean, I think.
But how do you
there's
not
a
know
line.
that?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know it either.
I don't think I knew she had some sort of condition. I didn't know it was
Yeah.
alopecia, though.
I just figured it was one of those things. You know what? I'm just, I am not my hair, and I shave it off or something like that. It's just something that a style that she preferred or something. I ain't know nothing about no alopecia.
I guess I mean like in ministry. Good night. Lift your hands. In that industry with even like the people in the Oscars and stuff like that. You're telling me no one in that society, like this is what they do. They do.
Are you supposed
this.
to know every piece of information?
Not every piece, but it was public knowledge. It wasn't like, oh, she did it yesterday and now we're at the Oscars.
But I think that's just an assumption though. Even with the millions of followers she has and everything, it's assumed that, everybody in the world should know.
Yeah.
And it's not, you can't really say that,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't know.
I really think that he wouldn't have made that joke had he known that.
What I found interesting though was Will laughed.
Yeah.
Initially.
I feel like it was a nervous laugh though, because I found myself in situations where like there's like an awkward situation, and I laugh as a form of like coping with the awkwardness of like the moment. I do that all the time.
I think though, but when you look at the moment, for one, like everybody was kind of getting clowned on at that time.
Right.
Will and Jada were the last ones, because first it was
Well, they were the last ones after that.
Well, yeah.
Right. He said that, no.
All right, I won't.
Yeah, but like they've been laughing for the past few minutes or seconds or whatever. So, you know, everybody says it was the look that she gave.
I think that's what it was.
And I think that had something to do with it. But when I watched the tape back, the two of them, their eyes never connected with each other.
Yeah.
She rolled her eyes and she was looking one way and Will was looking on stage. So I don't know. And then the camera cuts away. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's just like, I think he can full on have thought it was funny. Yeah. Straight up. Like, you know, but then like I can just see like, okay, oh man, that was funny. And I see like, oh,
But
you
it
didn't
wasn't,
think that
though.
was funny.
But that's what Will's
Okay, well, then
saying.
let me handle
Like their eyes never connected. So
Yeah.
did he really
Does he-
see her facial expression to have that
They
reaction?
don't have to connect for me to see how you
Respond
to that.
That there's no
That-
laugh.
It can be like
Yeah.
in a peripheral.
I don't have to like make, it's not like she said, hey, get him. You know, it was like, I can be like, oh crap. Oh no, that's not funny. Oh, let me handle this. You know what I mean? I can see that happen, but we don't really know because the camera cut away at that point. But
It was just,
it is
for
what
me, it was
is.
the walk up. Like, granted, if he like walked up on him, like, yo, what's up? Maybe Chris would have been like expecting it. But it was just the whole thing was awkward. If I'm being honest, I kind of want to erase that whole thing from my memory. I just,
Yeah, he
just
walked
wish it
up
never
like he
happened.
wanted to shake his hand or something.
Yeah.
and it's just,
Yeah.
I mean, I still love Will. He's giving us what, 25, 30?
Y'all know, but y'all know what's interesting about this situation is, for me, this is one of the first times where I feel like Hollywood, in my opinion, has been divided. Because usually Hollywood is, you know, the majority of them, they all, not to say think the same way,
They're
but
very PC.
yeah, all of that. But this time, it was some division. People was like, nah, I can't, like, I can't condone it.
Yeah.
So
Because it's like defending his wife. You know, everyone who's married or in a relationship, they're like, why? Who wouldn't defend their wife?
Right.
But I
In
just
a
think
time-
there's a
time
time
and
and a
place.
place.
And I think there's you can still defend your wife without messing yourself up like that. Again,
Right.
there's like you could have easily just like said what you said and
just
stay
leave
in
it
your
at
seat
that.
because you sent the tone at that point. Like hey, back up. You know what I'm saying? And then if there's something else that need to happen, you guys can talk afterwards. But where do you get off? Like that's not cool. I'm not gonna lie, it did damage my like how I view him a little bit.
I just feel like he just had a mental breakdown. Like we all have a boiling point. I feel like for him, he's just like, man, look.
I think he did, but I think that's also, it just goes to show like you don't have to share your whole life to the world, because a lot of what
Big
we know
facts.
has been given to us by them. And
By
it's like
her.
but he was
By she.
he agreed. Well, he was on Red Table Talk. I don't know whether it was voluntary or not, but he was there. And
I'm
he
starting
was,
to think it's
he was talking.
involuntary.
To
based
talk
on-
about it.
Yeah, like I'm saying, like
About
he was
this scenario?
He was no,
This
just
is-
about
just
their
other stuff.
lives.
Okay.
Like the private stuff, like some of that stuff. As famous as you are, like there should still be some type of privacy, in my opinion.
That's why he said, I didn't give you permission to record me right now.
Yo,
Get your camera off of me.
he looked
Don't
like he didn't
record me
have a
right now.
soul in his body. Like we are experiencing a very different Will Smith.
Yeah.
And I'm all for transparency with the whole Red Table Talk. I think in the beginning it was great, but it's becoming a little too
Demonic.
Personal.
invasive.
Oh.
Y'all remember
It's
We
three
Ride Together, We
words.
Die Together, Bad Marriage for Life?
Oh.
Yes.
I was like, cringy.
Yeah.
What? I hated
I'm
that.
like, this, I'm sure this is not what he signed up for.
It's not.
They tried so
That
hard
was
to make
weird.
it a fun, happy
I think
moment.
she was okay
and
with it.
I'm
but
sure she
him,
was.
You could just see it in his face. Like it was just,
Like, how do you make a joke or make something fun out of the fact that like I was sleeping with someone else and we're talking about it? And we're talking about how bad our marriage is, right, babe?
Bad marriage for life.
Yeah.
It's just so sad.
Exactly.
I know the
It's
people in the room
weird.
was looking at like, what did they just say?
Yeah.
Like, bro, what?
Bad marriage. Nah, I'm like going to the courthouse.
Seriously.
Right.
If it, at that point where you got to say it and express it, nah.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sorry.
weird.
But just don't talk about it. Like everything
Yeah.
doesn't need to be addressed at the red table talk.
Yeah.
Not every aspect of your relationship.
Yeah.
What's the last movie or like project she did?
Who? Oh,
The
Jada.
red
Girls
table
Trip.
talk.
Girls
I mean,
Trip,
outside
think.
of that, Girls Trip.
I think so. Yeah.
Before that,
I couldn't tell you.
What's that? Queen
I'll-
Latifah?
Pull up ID.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Tiffany Haddish.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
who was the other one?
she needed to go to work.
What's that one?
She
where
at
they was
home
running
too
from the
much.
cops.
Set it off.
Yep.
That back in 1990.
Exactly.
The Nutty Professor.
She was
Oh,
in that.
yeah.
I don't even
She was in that?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
don't
man, it's been a
remember that.
while since I watched
Was
that
she
one.
Catwoman?
Was she?
Oh, maybe she
No.
just
No. That was that
Cece
was
like-
Halle Berry.
that was Halle
no.
Berry.
Halle Berry.
She's like,
Let me see.
yeah.
Oh, Jada.
It's just, yeah, no, it's just cringy.
Was she
Oh,
on
she was
Fresh
in
Prince?
Matrix Resurrections.
I don't think
No,
she
Jada was on a different world. She wasn't
Different
on Fresh Prince.
world.
Yeah.
What'd
She
you
was
say?
in the most recent Matrix movie. Angel Has Fallen
She
and
was
Bad
in-
Moms.
So she came into Hollywood as an actress. That's how she started, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe so, yeah.
I think
On
so.
a different world, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. That was her first like major project.
It's weird.
This might be off topic, but how do you? I feel like Will's always competing with the distant memory of Tupac. Like, how do you? Could you? I couldn't.
I don't know.
I've,
nothing about
I've
it to
heard
speak on
that
it.
too. I mean, I don't really know about it. I was, I'm younger, so I don't really fully know, but I have heard that same thing.
Yeah.
I don't know at all.
Right.
Please
I think they
explain.
grew up together, so they've
Yeah,
known
they
each other for a while.
Basically, were in love, grew up together, went to the same performing arts school, and Tupac, he was her first love, and
Yeah.
eventually, he passed away, and it's like.
And she shouldn't be in a relationship, but
That's-
she decided to
I'm
be in a
pretty sure that was
relationship
her
with Will and
true-
ruin his life. Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, I couldn't
I
do
just, I hate to say it, but he gone.
Yeah, it's
You
time.
know? If
time to move
a
on.
dead man is competing with your real living, breathing husband
Yeah.
and father of your children, that's a problem. And
Yeah.
when he passed away, it's not like they were together. He was married. Tupac was married.
For real?
Yeah.
When they was talking,
No, when he passed
it.
away.
Probably.
oh,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Put it past me.
that's toxic.
Who's he
too.
married to?
Some lady.
Someone.
I just looked this up recently because I was
Wow.
having a conversation with someone about the same thing. It's like, you got a baby, you got to let it go.
Baby.
He gone. He gone. He
sweetie.
dead.
And if anything, stop
about to get
stringing Will
canceled.
along.
Huh?
I say, but if anything, stop stringing Will along. 'Cause-
Will is not going anywhere.
But my
Sadly.
thing
But
is
why?
like no homo, but Will is like a handsome guy. He could get any girl relatively any girl he wants or woman that he wants. Like he doesn't have to stay around.
But like if you're
He's
in love,
entangled
though,
in that now.
Ah.
You know what I'm saying?
Not that word.
Entanglement.
Oh, she said it.
He's this into that relationship now. You have years. You have like he's embedded
Yeah.
in that mud.
Nah,
if a
that's-
toxic relationship is a toxic relationship, I just feel like for his mental health and the stuff we've been seeing coming out, like I just feel like they need to be apart. That's just
Yeah.
outside looking
Yeah.
in,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
But the thing about toxic relationships is often the people who are in them don't realize that they're toxic.
Mm.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Even like the abusive relationships, you be watching the shows and like, girl, leave them. No, but when you in it,
Yeah.
it's
I do talk
like you
too
don't
much.
That's not funny.
see.
That's not funny.
Huh?
No, it's nothing.
Make
Never
one-
mind.
yeah.
I was going off of what he.
Oh,
Never mind.
I'm just saying, like when you're in it,
Yeah, you
it's
don't
kind of
realize
like right, you know.
I missed
we'll
it.
just cut
What
that part out.
happened?
I'll put a little disclaimer.
I missed it.
Sorry.
I don't
Speaking
know
of
what
getting
happened.
canceled, actually, I saw today, Netflix and Sony, I think, are taking down
It's not.
Will's.
Are they taking it down or are they just postponing it? Because I read that it was just on some projects were on hold.
Taking
I
down his
heard
what?
they were
Some
removing
movies.
some of the stuff.
I'm sorry.
wait,
Why
they're
do we
removing-
always have to take a stand on everything? Like he was wrong. He deserves to be.
And
And
like,
he's
apologize.
banned.
Like he didn't rape
For
a bunch
10
of women.
He's banned from the Oscars.
For 10
Yeah.
years.
Yeah. But that doesn't mean he can't win one. He just can't come.
He can't attend. Well, he
can't.
He in the same position he was
They'll
in
mail
before.
it. They're gonna mail it to him.
Basically, like, but I don't know.
Why punish
So-
all of us?
Are they taking down movies that have already been made, or they're
I think the
stopping?
ones
So
that have
download.
already
That's
been
dumb.
made. But
That's
don't,
dumb. I'm
Don't
sorry.
quote me, but I think that's what I saw. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
Please.
it's that serious.
Let me
He's
ask
still,
you. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, he's still who he was before that moment.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
He
a
didn't-
moment.
Yeah.
He's human. We all make mistakes.
Exactly.
Do you guys feel that they're going overboard because they're trying to make Will an example?
They always
Yes.
trying to make somebody
I
an example.
But if-
though.
Thought
Yeah.
about that, but
If they were, they would have escorted him out the building.
well,
the
but-
moment it happened.
They
Not-
say Chris was the one who stopped them from having him escorted out because he didn't want to make the situation worse.
Who?
See,
Chris,
Oh, I didn't hear
because the
that.
police
They-
went to Chris and
Yeah.
was like, "Do you want us to like? We're ready to like detain him, remove him,
Yeah.
whatever."
He said
And he
no.
was like, "Nah." Do you want to press charges? He was like, "Nah, I'm fine." So
I'm sorry,
I
Joe. If
heard-
you ever slap me, I'm pressing charges.
I'm pressing charges. I'm pressing charges.
I heard the Oscar people asked him to leave,
Yeah,
and
they
he
did.
said no.
It was it was
That's what I saw.
twofold. So that happened. They were like, "Hey, you need to come." He's like, "No, I'm not going anywhere." But then also LAPD showed up, and they were like, "Do you want to press charges?" And he was like, "No."
Chris.
So yes,
Yeah.
Chris
Right,
was
right.
like, "No." So if he was like, "Yes," they coming to get you. You know what I mean?
Right.
But by the way, it says that some films were canceled or paused.
Okay.
So
All right, good.
Paramount,
Don't take Pursuit of Happiness down.
Paramount
please.
canceled something
Yeah.
and Netflix canceled.
don't touch
something.
our robot.
Something.
No, you
Yeah.
can take
Not
that.
even all of them.
You can take that one.
There was, I guess these are future films. I'm not sure what they are, but
So,
Whatever.
so where do we stand with Bel Air?
I'm still watching it.
Are they? No, I'm like,
Like
I don't
What
think it
is
has anything to do with
I think
him.
it'll be fine.
It-
Yeah,
They
I hope
probably already started shooting that. They probably filming right now.
I hope so.
Yeah.
There's-
Yeah.
Because after it happened, the cast of Bel Air was like posting stuff on their Instagram, like, you know, like, I don't say we support Will in those words, but essentially like backing him and supporting him. So
Yeah. I mean, that's
I
what
think
you
we
do
all
when your
good.
boss get in trouble. We keep getting that check.
we stand with him.
Listen, Bel Air is about the only show that I watch right now. So like, please don't take it away.
I recently
Aunt
started.
Viv gonna get Aunt Viv.
Right.
We're gonna have a whole new Aunt Viv if she were to speak out.
Oh,
Got it?
yeah. I get it.
Oh, that was a pretty good one, wasn't it?
It was not
No.
bad.
It wasn't bad.
It just didn't connect.
Yeah,
it didn't hit the
right
same
off
way.
rip.
You know. That's all good.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Will?
I was gonna say I recently started watching Abbott Elementary, and it's pretty good. Because you
I
were
haven't.
saying that Bel Air's the only show you watch
I
now.
couldn't get into it.
You know.
Yeah, I just tend not to.
I
do
feel like
too
it
much.
needs work, but well, that's a discussion for
pilot,
another
right?
day.
No.
It's
What's the first season?
First season.
First season, yeah. So
It's pretty good. I like it.
Yeah. I like our version of Bel Air season 2 and 3. Christina,
Oh, yeah.
Christina, Will, and I went to get coffee, and we started talking about what could possibly be season 2 and 3. And what we came up with is good. Let me tell you. We both looking at each
Fan
other like,
fiction?
oh, and then what happened? yeah. And then she could do this and that. So
We legit got the next 2 seasons.
y'all need to
down.
write some
Yeah.
fan fiction
Okay.
straight up.
Yep.
Straight
And
up.
anything that they do that's not that, I'll be disappointed. We low key ruined the show for
Yeah.
ourselves.
Because ours is good.
Just don't tell us because I still want to watch it.
Also,
Season 2.
Bel Air is a little preachy though.
You think so?
Oh, you mean like
Oh.
PC preachy?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's very
What is
preachy.
PC?
Politically correct.
Oh.
Politically correct.
I guess you could call it the new politically correct because it's just the people's outlook on society and what it should look like. Y'all don't feel like it's been preachy at certain points?
Oh yeah. Definitely. I mean, you know, they're not shy about it.
Certain
Yeah.
topics.
But what show
Certain
is?
topics.
Yeah, nowadays.
Or do you feel like they're not doing a good job as to like blending it into the
Yeah,
storyline?
I
It's
think
just kind of
it's
like,
so
now
like-
we're talking about this. Now we're talking about
this
that.
episode
Yeah.
is brought to you by this agenda and
Yeah.
go with it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Do we all still hate Carlton?
I never really hated
I
him.
hate his crying.
Yeah. We
Like
was talking
his-
about that the other
yeah.
day.
Who was talking about his hairline? Was it you? You said you
Christina.
wish his head could just do like this.
I don't know what they talking about.
Well, she said that. Now he probably watching.
Y'all told me that he admitted to looking like Randall though.
Yeah, in his
That was
story.
bad.
He did?
I should have screenshotted it.
You can't
Yeah.
run from it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does though.
He does.
Can't run from
He really
That
does.
boy crying somewhere in the trailer right now.
But I mean, I think he's doing a wonderful job, sir. Whatever your name is. I don't know what his name is.
Yeah, it's just the crying is a bit much.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not drawing me in. It's not making me cry with you.
Yeah.
You just looking like face right there. Exactly. Well, moving on.
Yeah.
Let's go into part 2. We asked you guys if you guys wanted a part 2 from the last episode, which was a note to our younger selves. And it was an overwhelming yes. And so here we are.
We're
We
back.
have more in the tank.
So nice. We did it twice.
Yep. So who wants to get started? What's something?
Waiting
your
all my
notes.
life for this moment.
What is something that you wish you knew when you were a little younger?
And we're still not necessarily keeping it to creative stuff, right?
Mm-mm. Just life stuff.
See, I don't remember what I said last time.
I'll tell you.
Did I say you can't please everyone?
No.
Can't please everyone. You may do one thing and someone is like, yay. You may do that same thing and someone's like, no.
Yeah.
Don't do things based off of what people like and dislike.
Yes.
Do what
That's good.
you like to do
That's
in
good.
whatever circumstance. You know?
Do you feel like you've missed out on things because you were trying to please one side or someone in particular? Do you
I'm
feel like
pretty
that caused you?
sure, yeah. I can't give you an example right now, but I know I struggled with that as a kid. Like if someone had an opinion off of something I did or didn't like it, I would be so like moved by their opinion instead of just
Yeah.
standing firm and no, but I like it or, you know, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I agree with that.
easily swayed, man.
Yeah,
You like it now? Please like it.
Have you
Please like
accepted me yet? No, that's real. Because I think there is a space or a certain time where people I think are like, what will get me on the map, or what will cause me to be accepted, and I think it's just unfair to yourself to do that when it's like, okay, I know there's something that I like and enjoy, but I'm gonna deny that because there's not a big, I guess, community for that, or at least I feel like there isn't one. You know, because I like socials for example, like people will do, I don't know, like random stuff just so they can get some likes.
Dumb stuff. Sometimes.
Dumb stuff.
Dangerous
Yeah.
stuff sometimes.
But
Yeah.
Hey, baby.
it'll get you likes, but is that really what you want to do? Do you want to become, you remember on The Office, Andy, when he met the new boss, who was Will Ferrell?
Yeah.
And
D'Angelo Vickers.
D'Angelo Vickers, and D'Angelo just saw him as the office funny guy. And so he's just doing weird and wacky stuff all around the office. And then he's like, drink some soap. And he's like,
Okay.
he's like, I guess this is my life now. But he's like, that's not who you are. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
right.
It's almost like how we can function in, you know, especially in our younger selves. Like, bro, like that's not who you are.
Yeah.
Be you. It's like if they don't accept you, there's a group that will. You know,
You
I
gotta
feel like there's an
find 'em.
audience for everything.
Yeah.
You just got to find them. But you just keep putting yourself out there. You know, like we could have been a podcast about, you know, getting drunk and going on one night stands.
Oh,
but
no.
I mean, but those get views though.
Y'all
You know
can
what I'm
have
saying? Those get the likes, but that's not us. That's not what we're about. You know,
Definitely is not.
do we need to talk after it? Or no, you just looking like,
I'm just wondering why of all the things that you could have said, that's the.
no, I'm saying like there's like a lot of
Getting
raunchy
drunk and
podcasts.
doing drugs.
No, but like real talk, if you see like a lot of these raunchy ones, they get a lot of views.
twerk.
Yeah, like I
Go
mean,
ahead.
Well,
I guess you guys watch more. Will you
I mean-
subscribe?
I mean,
My milkshake. brings
you're
someone.
already selling feet pics. So
What?
so you're already selling feet pics. So
On OnlyFans?
What are you talking about?
From your coach.
From my. I'm looking like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I was
He's like, I don't
confused.
sell my feet.
I'm like, huh?
he's like, "How do you know? Who told you?"
Who sent you the link? I really did not know what you was talking about.
Oh
It's a
my
private
gosh.
link.
So I have one. Are we
No, you
still
go.
talking? So
Are you about to change it?
I was.
Okay, can I say something real quick?
No.
Okay, so also like with your parents and stuff, I remember like in high school, college, around that time, like your parents may have an opinion of what major they want you to go into or like where your life is headed, and your plan may be
That's good.
plan F or plan, you get what I'm saying? Like not their plan. Like know what it is that you want and be okay if at the time you don't know. Like no one gets to 18. Yeah. Well, some people may, but it's okay if you're like 18, 19, 20 and you're trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of my friends were undecided in college at first because they didn't know what they wanted to do.
Right.
Like high school, you don't do nothing.
Yeah.
Study.
Yeah. I changed
Take
my
this
major
test.
4 times.
You said what?
How many
I
times?
changed my major 4 times.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
One
Sure.
in pre-registration and 3 times after I started.
What were you at first?
I was a double major in business finance and accounting. And then I changed to computer information systems. Then I changed to psychology. And then I changed to mass comm.
I could see you in psychology.
Yeah.
I can't see you in accounting.
Yeah. You know, just trying to find my way, I guess.
Yeah.
Trying to figure
But
it
there's
out.
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you're not gonna have life figured out by the time you
No.
graduate high school.
No.
Yeah.
I am 29 and I still don't feel like I got life figured out. So
Yeah.
I don't think I really know anyone who went to college or who works in the field that they went to college for.
Yeah.
Like I can't name 5 people.
I think it's just hard though when you're in it though and you're expected to have it together, like because even when you are 18, 19, 20, you are looked at as an adult, as a grown up or whatever. But once you get to be 29 and 30, you look back at that 20, you're like, oh, you was just a kid.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You thought you was grown.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But in the moment, there's that pressure to be like, why can't I decide? Why can't I find my way?
Mhm.
right.
And then you look back and you're like, dang, it was okay. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, like you said, that pressure comes from external
Yeah.
places, you know?
But like you, I started off as a
And
business major.
and internally too. It can come.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
What'd you say, Des?
No, at first I started off as a business major.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, because my dad was like, yeah, business and you're going to get money. I'm in class. I'm like, yeah, business. I'm like, oh God, this is not for me. You know what I'm saying? Like failing all the tests.
We got the administration part, like
Bruh. Like, no. But yeah, you just gotta figure out whatever that looks like. You're going to be the best PE coach. You be the best PE coach and find money that way.
Yeah.
Don't just
Yeah.
think you got to be a doctor and a lawyer. Like, man, whatever.
So that all looks good on paper, but if that
It'd
ain't
be
your
miserable,
niche,
yeah.
You're going to be miserable.
Yeah.
miserable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like the lady at the plasma place.
What?
You
She was taking the blood.
the vein. when you-
Oh.
She didn't want to be no nurse.
She was like, she's like, this is my life now.
this is who I am.
Like, I'm sorry.
Oh man. So I have one. It's pay attention to who's not there when you have nothing. So in the sense of, I think like we all deal with it in a certain sense, right? Or like you establish yourself in some type of creative way, or just in the things you like, and then all of a sudden those people like you haven't spoken to in forever, or people who never even reached out to you to talk to you. Like now it's like, hey,
How are you?
you always, you know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
like, no, like you just, they call them what, like leeches, like people who are attracted to your gifts, and they don't have
Oh.
like your best interest in mind, but they see the gift and they want something. So it's like they come through with this like hidden agenda, because now all of a sudden you've made it,
Yeah.
and there's
Right.
something that you have that they can benefit off of.
Yeah.
But it's like when I was struggling eating ramen noodles and trying to figure out who I was, you
Yeah.
weren't there. You know what I mean?
Were you helping to develop this gift
Yeah.
Right.
in any way?
Yeah.
But
Hey,
now
come
you-
to the barbecue. Hey, bring your camera.
Oh,
What?
I hated that.
Just take some pictures. Just pictures, Christina. Just hold it up and just press click.
Yo.
It's just a button.
You already do it for fun, so
Right.
just bring
Yo.
it with you. I'm like, okay.
There's a special place in hell for you. Listen, I cannot stand that.
Yeah.
Like, just hire an event photographer or pay
Right.
me.
Yeah.
I would go to
Right.
things and intentionally leave my camera at home and
Yeah,
get
me
there,
too.
and they're like, "Where's your camera?"
Oh, what's that home?
Where it belongs.
Yeah. Why? You wanted me to take pictures? Okay, here's my invoice.
Right.
You didn't say you wanted pictures.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just.
Sorry.
Ooh, it took me back. Took me back.
It's cool. I mean, we all have our experiences, but I just know, like, just recently, there's been relationships of, you know, some I can discern, like, okay, you have great intention,
Yeah.
but some other ones, like, I haven't spoken to you in like 5 years. Like,
Yeah.
why are you reaching out to me?
Yeah.
You know, like, what's your intention? And then, of course, like, I guess that can lead into another point, which is like, all money isn't good money.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the truth.
You know,
That's good.
because like, how many times do we say yes to a thing, and because it's gonna pay this lump sum of
Yeah.
money or whatever the case is, but then it just takes
Mhm.
from every area of your life, and now you can't even do what you wanted to do, or your
Yeah.
visions and your goals and the things that you set out to like plan and like develop in, like you're putting them on the back burner for somebody else's dreams. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I even still struggle with that today. Like an hour ago, Des texted me and asked me if I wanted to.
An hour ago, it was dead.
She's like, yeah, you never got back to me.
It says red.
But it was an event. She was asking me if I wanted to photograph it, and I said no, I wouldn't be able to. But even in doing that, I've gotten better at doing that. You know what I'm saying? But it's still like there's still a piece in there where it's like I'm turning down money. You know what I'm saying? And I'm consciously turning down money, but that's also me just being like, this isn't what I
Right.
prefer to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But money,
I'm not offended.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
I know
That
you're
ain't
not.
my-
I'm just
But, like-
piggybacking off of what Mark was saying.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, because I mean, time is money though. Like, just because like something, if it takes you 20 hours to do, but they're only paying you, I don't know, like $600, like you got to divide that money.
Yeah.
You know, that time that it's gonna take you to do.
I'm gonna need y'all to just click this little button on the camera and press edit on software and
Press
just
the edit button
that's it.
and then airdrop them to your
You don't have an
phone.
edit button?
No,
Hurry up.
I
Like,
did
one. I
yeah,
got one.
okay.
And just give the people in them their pictures.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Like, why is it so hard?
I mean,
Hurry up.
they practically edit themselves.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
of course we can negotiate this price, right? Like we should be able to negotiate it down because you have an easy button.
Right.
Like relax.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I definitely know more about this than you do.
For sure. In fact, if I had a camera, I wouldn't even need you.
Exactly. So be grateful.
No, y'all kind of set me up for mine though. What I was gonna say is be cautious or intentional of who and what you're connected to.
yeah.
Just because you can do something doesn't mean that you should do something.
Yeah.
And every opportunity is not necessarily a good opportunity if it's not the one that was meant for you.
Yeah.
You know, if a good opportunity or what you think is a good opportunity is not meant for you, it's actually a distraction. And I think you have to know that going into it. And it's the same thing with people. Like you have to be mindful of who you're connected to. You know, like you just don't know. I've been in bad situations with people and it's like, dang, I wish I would have just paused before I entered any type of relationship or friendship with someone, because now you're on the other side of it and it's like, well, that was taxing.
Yeah.
And same thing with business. Same thing with business relationships and opportunities. Y'all know at the beginning of the year, I started something and I was like super, super excited about. And then here we are months later and I'm like, I should have paused.
Yeah.
I should have asked the right questions. I should have listened, you know, prayed about it. And a lot of times I feel like God be telling us, you know, in some way, shape, or form, like what we're about to get into. And like, you may want to hold off.
God, I got it. You
be
you
like,
relax.
move.
Let me just take it from here.
Right.
Don't say a word.
Yeah.
My God's lips.
Right.
I got this.
Don't worry about it, God. I got it. I got it.
But then we'd be like,
God, wait your right. Exactly. Exactly. So I think that would be my advice to myself now as well as my younger self is like, if you would just pause sometimes and don't just go with the flow. Sometimes you need to actually stop the flow of things to determine if it's something you should be a part of or not. There's been other situations where I'm just so excited about a thing and it's like, well, it seems like a good opportunity, but if it's not meant for you, if you're not the one that's supposed to be in that spot, then you're holding up the person who's actually supposed to be in that position.
Yeah. That's real.
That could apply to so many things.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
In my life, it does apply to so many different things.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, man. I think that's in, because we've talked about, especially when you're starting out, to really try it all, like try all the stuff, but we're talking about if you know the lane that you're in, that you're supposed to be operating in, don't take the little stuff on the side because it can distract you from what like you're really looking for.
That's not what I'm talking about.
You're just saying, what are you saying?
I'm saying there could be something that is specifically in the lane that you want to be in.
Oh,
and it's still not. If you still don't have peace about it, it's not meant for you.
I got you.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how good of an opportunity or how good of a person.
That's good.
They look like or the opportunity seems like it's a good. It doesn't matter if you don't have peace about it. Listen to that.
Yeah.
Yes, that's good.
And I think sometimes it's hard to like differentiate. Sorry, I kind of stumbled over that.
Good job.
But between peace and nervousness, because sometimes, twins. Sometimes I'm like, I'm just like really nervous. I'm like, okay, but is this like unrest? Like what, So I'm trying to figure out like what that really looks like, and then I don't do the thing, and it's like, dang.
I should have done it. I should have persevered and pushed through because there was a lesson or something good on at the end of it, And,
my problem is the opposite. I have that same thing. Like, is it nervousness or is it, unrest? And then I just do the thing. Well, I'm not gonna not find out. I'm not gonna not find out. I mean, there's only one way to find out.
I mean, well, yeah, and that goes into just like how important experiences are. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it sometimes just a matter of having to go through it once or twice before you realize, okay, you start to learn how to read people and situations and things, and could that be a good thing as well?
Yeah.
But also be discerning.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, what if somebody's not like, what if they have to mature that discerning
it's a muscle.
I think you do, but I think for those of us who are believers, I believe the Holy Spirit's always going to tell you, regardless of how mature that muscle is. So I agree with you.
You guys be having dreams? Because I be having dreams, and I'm like,
oh, I had to listen.
I'd be like, hey, this is going to happen, blah, 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 blah. Like, it got to the point where my friends would be like, and they'll come back like, yo, you were right. I'm like, I told you. Like,
I had a dream one time that was as clear as it could be.
Still did it.
Still went. Like,
so this stove right here, don't touch it.
You sure?
The Black and Decker, the gas stove.
I just be putting myself through some stuff. I'm like, Christina, it was right there. Like,
Negro. Like, her, me, girl.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
How about this one? Be mindful of the words you speak over yourself.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's real.
Good.
Yeah.
It sounds like we learned. We're not talking to our younger selves.
We're talking to ourselves right now.
Our now selves.
You know what's crazy? And I had to come to this realization. Like, be mindful of the words you speak to yourselves and the words that you allow others to speak into you. Right?
Yeah.
And I know we talk about family and we talk about different things, that how we grew up and stuff. But say I just remember, going to my grandma's house or my grandfather's house, or my parents were split up, and there would be things that my family would say to me about my dad, and I never realized until I got older how much of a impact that had, even in the way I saw myself. And so for the longest, I never saw myself purchasing a home. And for me, I had to stop and say, well, why is that? Because my mom purchased 3 homes and I lived with my mom for my whole life. But once I stopped and evaluated and went through some therapy, it was because words that were spoken over to me. My dad never owned a home. So I was limiting myself based on his highest level of achievement, as opposed to living within the example of, hey, you work hard and you can get these things. But because the words I allowed to be spoken over me and the words I spoke over myself, it just limited how I viewed myself or the things that I thought were attainable. You know what I mean? So once I came to a point where even with certain things or certain jobs or, hey, I know this person's getting a promotion or this person's getting a salary increase, for the longest, it was a struggle for me to see myself like getting that.
Right.
Because of that mindset. And then one day I had to say, you know what, like, why not? Like, you deserve these things, and switch how I viewed myself, switch how I thought about myself to allow those things. Because I feel like a lot of times, like, God is waiting for us to like open the doors of, you know what I'm saying, of imagination and possibilities, but we're just so stuck. We get in our own way.
Right.
Yeah. No, that's good.
Yeah.
I just, there's life and death, man. Life and death is in your tongue. And it's like, are you going to use this thing to build yourself up and build up others? Or are you going to keep yourself in a place where you'll never progress? I think we have to see ourselves in a certain way. And I think we also have a responsibility to build others up as well. You know, because again, we see from our perspective every single day. And it's hard to see ourselves because we live within ourselves. But it helps when we have people around us that are going to say, hey, you good. You got this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like
people that can see more for us than what we can see for ourselves sometimes.
Absolutely.
That's so crazy.
And even after they say you still don't see it, but you like, okay. All right.
Yeah, man. Life and death.
Yeah.
Life and death.
Another thing I had.
Another one.
Save your money. If I could go back 10 years, if I could go back 5 years.
If I could go back to last week.
Last year. The way that I think about money now, and I've never been terrible with money, but when it comes to like investing in myself, my equipment and all that stuff, if we needed another mic tomorrow, I'm going to the store and getting it. You know, so I'm just like, whatever I need to do whatever thing, I'm gonna spend the money without a second thought. But now I'm getting to the point where I'm like, just because it's there probably don't mean you need to, you know.
But it's on sale.
If I get the 2, then the 1 is free.
Right.
And then I could sell that one.
And I know somebody that can give me a discount.
Let me call Christina and see if she needs some. Because if she needs it, then I'll get it.
Facts. That's how we be doing for
yes,
real.
we rationalize.
Yeah. But at this point, what I'm doing now, is something I wish I started doing earlier. I save half of what I make. So I'm only operating with that other 50%. I say 40 because I do tithe out of that other 50. So 40% is like my operating money. Everything else is like gone. I don't even see it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang, if I would have started doing that 5 years ago, 10 years ago, guys, we'd be in a whole nother studio right
Straight
now.
up.
So
yeah. I always think back, like, man, how much money would I have really, like, I could have been handling a lot more stuff right now had I just been a little bit more responsible. Just, you know, well, I take that back because I feel like I'm a bit frugal anyway, and I only spend money on certain things.
yeah.
Well,
If you had it, we may get a whole different Joe.
yeah.
Joe will have some off-whites on right now.
Right. Listen, if I'd spent the money on all the stuff I did want to spend money on, it'd been a problem for real. I'd have been, oh Lord, nothing. Anyway. No,
A note to your today self.
Exactly.
Facts. I'm like, dang, why it took me so long to like get that, you know? And then especially not having like a 9 to 5, like, you know, I don't have nothing. Ain't no check that people take money out of or nothing like that. Like, you have to be very on top of it.
Yeah.
When you're full-time, you know, creative entrepreneur or whatever, like you have to be very intentional.
Yeah, you got to be moving.
Yeah. Better late than never, though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, you got it.
Well, since we're on money, one thing that I was taught a long time ago was never lend out what you're not willing to lose. So if someone like
Who taught you, a gambler?
No, it was like,
That sounds like some gambling advice.
Yeah, my friend Snake Eyes.
no, it was a friend of mine. He had his own business,
Gambling business. Got it. Go ahead.
But you know, like not so much now because I feel like we're older and a lot of the people I surround myself, they're all responsible. But I just remember, you know, you were younger, and it's like, hey man, can I let me just borrow like $40?
Yeah.
$40.
And so
I'll give you $4.
he told me one day, he was just like, never lend out what you're not willing to lose. So if a person says, hey, can I borrow $40? And you're not willing to lose 40, give them the amount you're willing to lose. So if it's 10 or 20, hey, I don't have 40, but I'll give you 20. Right.
Yeah.
You know, and it just helps you to keep your money
Yeah.
in your pockets. You know,
I don't be
get friends.
loaning out money like that, though.
Y'all remember when in high school when you used to, well, your friends used to be like, hey, let me get some gas money. And every time y'all used to go somewhere, it was like you had the front up gas money. I'm like, dang, I'm always filling up your tank.
How much did they ask for?
Well, it depends on how many people are in the car, because then you divvy it up. But if it's just you, then
$2
Usually
ahead,
totaled like what?
A cover charge? To get
What would
it
it like total? He said basically.
Like, it's 50 cents around the bus. I just say, well, $1.50.
maybe it was just my people, but everything was gas money. Yeah, you got some gas money? Like, nigga.
They wasn't real friends.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I never required that. Like when I got my car in college, I never like required that from anyone, but people would be like, hey, can you take me something? I'll give you some gas money.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Back then, $2. Hey, man, let me get $2 for gas. Like, that could do a lot.
$2.
Back in high school?
Oh, I ain't
In the
had no car.
50s.
Yeah,
You
right.
hear me? I'm like, $2.
You were born, Christina. But yeah, that could take you enough places. Now,
Nah, run that $5.
$5.
So wait, but you never said how much like for the car, like how much would it
Like
total?
$5.
Total or
Yeah.
$5 from each
And
person?
one trip.
It depends on the person asking
a
for
lot.
it.
Yeah.
Because then some people be like real, like
Frugal.
10.
Each time, though.
It was easier for
When
me.
we went a distance.
My friends ain't had no cars, including me. So
We was all at the school.
You got skate money?
we'll be at school all day.
Oh my gosh. But yeah.
And that's a lot.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You went to private school. That's why. They were
In
driving
college?
College.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I
dang.
thought it was in high school.
Oh, well, high school, yeah, I went to private school. I almost said something, but we recorded, and I'll tell y'all. It came out. Nope.
Oh,
We definitely
trying
going
to
to
jump out of
canceled.
there.
But yeah, private school.
Yeah. Save your money.
Yeah, save your money.
Save your money.
Save your money. Oh, man.
I think the last thing that I had was, and I think we talked about this a little bit on the last one, but just like pacing yourself and not trying to do too much too soon. You know, feeling like you need to hit the home run when really all you got to do is just make it to first base. You know, I think big vision requires, you know, small steps.
Yeah.
And when you're younger, you just see the big vision and you don't know
Yeah,
how to
that's
attain
good.
it.
That's good.
And you get disappointed in yourself when you can't,
Yeah.
when you're struggling to get there. But it's like, hey, just one step at a time, you know?
Yeah.
Before you can even get to first base, you got to hit the ball. So
the
just
ball.
focus
Yeah.
on,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know,
Hit
hitting
that
that ball,
ball.
you know?
That's good.
So I wish I knew that.
Can I add one?
Mm-hmm.
Have grace for your parents.
Because
Because I think looking back on it, I did not have grace for my parents. In my mind, my parents had to know any and everything. So like if they were wrong, it would just be like this big thing. And it's just kind of like they don't know what they was doing. They were doing it, they were figuring it out as they went.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of like have grace for them because they're not gonna get it right all the time.
Yeah.
And then when you get older and you reference things that they did, they be having amnesia and they be like,
I never did.
Like, girl, you lying. Right.
I remember it all because I'm scarred for life.
Right.
But
I'll never forget it.
But it's crazy because when you think about it, a lot of the decisions that our parents made back then, they were like our age now. And based on, I don't know about y'all, but like I don't have it figured out. Nope. So I can imagine having a child and still not having it figured out and having to make a decision, you know, that affects the child. Of course they mess up.
Now we have so many more resources to get it right potentially. Like they was on dollar.
They didn't have no Google.
Right.
They had a yellow page.
Remember that time I failed my test?
Do people even know what yellow pages are today? Do kids know what the yellow pages are?
What is that?
Shut up. Don't even try that. We was born the same year.
I don't know.
We should see like just I'll probably take it around to see like what is this?
You take it around like on the
I don't even know where I would find one. I'm sure
Amazon.
Man, Joe get them things delivered to the door.
I still got mine and the white pages.
Who's in there?
What was the difference between white and yellow?
The white pages were residents and yellow pages were businesses.
I do remember the yellow pages.
And then you used to be like, what's that girl name in school?
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Jones?
Really? I never did that.
Is Kelly there?
Yeah. How you get my number, boy?
We're younger than them.
Y'all had the yellow pages. Don't try us.
No, the white pages. I don't know that.
I had them. I just didn't really have to use them.
Yeah.
Like some of us, but you know, he scared the mess out of me.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Calmly just walked past.
So going along with giving grace to your parents, forgiving yourself, I think growing up and making mistakes, a lot of them, I would self-condemn myself.
Oh, yeah.
Like, to the point, my life is over. Like, I'm the worst person. Like, you know what I mean? And I would just dwell on whatever mistake or thing I did to the point where it was just like, dude, let it go. Like,
that's me now.
And it would get me sick to the, the point of getting migraines and all this stuff. And I'm just like, boy, if you don't relax and just let it go, you
had a Will Smith moment. It's okay.
This girl.
People are people at the end of the day.
Just don't slap them again, okay?
No.
Yeah.
Let it go. I think that's a good one though. Because like I said, I'm kind of in that space often where it's like, I don't know how to give myself grace, which is why I was saying like pace yourself. Yeah. Because for me, if I can't do the thing that I want to do, it's like, I'm just the worst person in the world. Or if I make a mistake in whatever situation, I'm like, well, I'm just going to be in bed all week. Yeah. And it's like, no.
Why is that our go-to?
I don't know.
Part three. Let's talk about this.
It's a safe place.
Yeah.
Like you just don't want to do nothing.
No.
You're just terrible.
Bro.
Somebody
You're not
call
gonna
you
make
like,
it in life.
no.
Right.
Hello? Boy, what you doing?
Don't FaceTime me. It's when I'm like in bed all week that everybody just out of the blue just wants to FaceTime me. Decline.
There's times I responded to Christina like, can't FaceTime. Can't do it. Please text me. Because I just wasn't in the mood to like, be face to face with someone.
Yeah.
I'm fine now.
It was a rough week for you last week.
Yeah, man.
Anybody got any more? Is the tank empty?
One more.
Okay.
Don't let your talent take you where your character can't keep you.
You preaching today. Tell me more things.
On my list?
No.
Oh,
he got excited because I got some.
No, well, like we see it, like even with the whole Will Smith thing we're talking about, right? But in general, where, we live in social media era and society and there's all this celebrity and idolatry, and we put these people on a pedestal, thinking that they're perfect, and because they're so talented, whatever the case is, and then we find out these like horrific things that they've done or things that they're struggling with, you know what I mean? And it's just like, sometimes we forget to clean house or go through the closet and kind of correct the things that need correcting while we're leveling up, or now we're getting more notoriety in those things that we thought that we dealt with.
Yeah.
Or we're too strong. We left it like, ain't nobody gonna find that out. Then boom, now you exposed. Your whole career is tanked. You're canceled. We talk about cancel culture. because you didn't take the time to evaluate your character and like have integrity. You know what I mean? Evaluate the things that need to be evaluated before
And heal. Like what?
I agree.
She just let out this sigh.
Healing is vital. That's all I got. I just felt that when you said it.
Yeah. Because if you don't heal and you're trying to level up or you're trying to get to a certain place in life, at some point, that place that has not been healed is going to be exposed. And I hope you're ready when that happens. But you probably won't be because you ain't healed.
You ain't healed. And everyone heals at different rates.
Yeah.
Not everyone takes a week and just, I'm good. You may need to take some time, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Just make sure you heal before you out here in these streets.
I think I have something. It's like, this is more of a recent revelation, now that we're in this very internet-based reality. It's like, be mindful with the stuff that you post. We don't need to know everything. Everybody don't need to know everything.
Define everything.
I mean, stuff that can come back to hurt you later, basically.
So you don't want to know what I'm having for breakfast?
I mean, if I'm being honest, no. I really don't. But that's okay to share. But I think people do need to be a little bit more mindful about this because this stuff follows you. We've seen like people getting what do they call it when retroactively canceled?
That's
Kevin
so
Hart.
stupid.
Huh?
That's
Kevin
so
Hart.
Kevin Hart, all this stuff.
Kevin Hart got canceled?
Well, they
This
tried
was a
to
while
cancel
ago.
him.
Oh.
And I completely agreed with his stance on that. Like, how can you keep apologizing about the same thing? It's
Right.
like, I apologize.
People went back into, sorry, go ahead.
No, like, I apologize to the people I need to apologize. Like, it's like this society that wants us to just dwell in like our imperfection or whatever mistake or stupid thing that we said 10 years ago. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah. Someone went digging through his tweets and found a tweet from 10 years ago. And I think he was about to host the Oscars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oscars. Stay away from the Oscars, people.
And because he wouldn't apologize for something that he said 10 years ago that he already apologized for, I think they took him off the Oscars.
Yeah, they wouldn't let him
That's crazy.
So what y'all think about that then? If he didn't get a chance to host the Oscars for that, but then you compare that to the slap, I'm just curious.
I think it's all just
But you know what's crazy though?
Because we black.
You know Ricky Gervais?
No.
He
I've
was
heard
the
that
guy
name.
that did the original the Office from the UK.
Oh yeah.
And you've seen him. If you see him, like, you'll know who he is. But like,
he cameoed in The Office.
yeah.
He met Michael at the elevator, and then Michael did his British accent.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you guys hiring?
That's Ricky Gervais. Listen, if you listen to this, I'll probably let you guys hear it after we finish. Like, he did one of the, I guess, cold opens for the Oscars. Held back nothing. He's like, bro, like, this is my 5th time here. And I say all this stuff all the time. Yeah. And they keep bringing me back. It's almost like in response to how they treat other people. Yeah. He's like, and I'm just going to keep saying stuff. And
wow.
I just said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, if you hear the stuff that he's saying, it's not light. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's very dark. It's very pointed, but it didn't have the same
light skin,
response.
Dark skin. Rich.
Even like with the Will thing, they compared it to it was many guys, but one name I remember, Woody Allen, where all of the guys they were accused of
sexual misconduct.
Yeah. But they were able to like keep their Oscars, or they were able to still come back. And it's just kind of like, here, buddy, granted he was wrong, but now he's a 10-year ban. Yeah. He's like canceled by everyone. And it's just kind of like, well, what about them?
You're not canceled by me, Will.
We're going to watch Pursuit of Happiness as soon as we finish with
And also do better.
Before it gets canceled.
Right.
I do think that it's like I was saying earlier, like how Hollywood is kind of divided on this one. Mm-hmm. I do think that this could possibly be like a new era of accountability, no matter no matter who you are. I think, I'm not saying it will be. I'm just saying like it could be because I don't personally think Will is being canceled, nor do I think he should be. But I do think that he's being held accountable for his actions.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
Because
which
you
he
do have to
should
set a
be.
tone. You have to set a tone
Yeah.
because now you can't just have anybody walking up on stage.
Yeah,
you know what I
I
mean? So like,
agree.
okay, if you do this, like I got to make an example out of you.
Yeah.
Just
Sorry,
just keep that
same energy.
that
Yep.
same energy for
Yeah.
everybody.
Yep.
I agree.
You know. So
Completely agree.
inspirations every time.
I actually heard Jay-Z say this, so I'm gonna steal it today. I'm just inspired by life.
It's always something.
Inspirations. I'm inspired. I think I am inspired by life though. Like when you think about the journeys of life, I'm being serious though. There's highs, there's lows, there's valleys, there's mountaintops. You know, it's a journey. And
You realize that this past week?
sometimes, no, I've been noticed it, but it's
Okay, we got stuff from this week though.
this week.
Yeah.
What?
Can I go?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is gonna sound like a cop out, but it's not.
It
It's
is.
not journey, but it's myself, and here's why.
Okay.
This week has been HE double hockey sticks for me, mentally, emotionally, everything. The urge to stay up in the bed and just like keep my phone off and just like ignore people and the foolishness has been strong.
Yeah.
But literally like getting up and like doing the thing regardless of how I feel, that's what I'm trying to learn. Still like doing the thing regardless of how I feel, because in it I'm still feeling like uncomfortable or like emotional about it, but I'm still doing the thing, is pushing myself. So this week has been a whole push even up until today. So
Can I change mine?
no.
Go ahead.
I'm just inspired by Dez's perseverance.
He is
through-
so
I knew it. I knew it. I knew
You
it.
want to go before I go?
Yeah. I mean, I'll just say I've been I'm trying to remember exactly what it was. I'm in the realm. Like I just lost it for a second. You
Okay,
go.
I'll
and I'll
go.
finish up.
So the past couple weeks, me, Des, and our friend Naisa have been meeting up
Yeah.
and just planning and discussing and or new ideas and vision and stuff that
Yeah.
we're trying to bring to life. And that's every time I leave, I've just been very inspired and
Mhm.
motivated. And even though like I kind of take a back seat during those meetups to kind of like help with what they got going on, it makes me walk away with like, I could do
Yeah.
my thing too,
Yeah.
you know? So it's been good for me.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
I remember what mine is. Also, did you get like an idea why that was happening while you were talking about that? Because this light just turned right on, and I thought like maybe an idea popped off. Like,
No.
Ooh. All right.
That's your friend.
No, so I think for me it was just like, doing what I'm doing at the church, and as a media / creative director, and like, okay, how are we going to fulfill this grand vision, with the, what's happening? But like in the weeks that's, we've been doing our thing and stuff, like we've been seeing like slight growth, and not only like, we finally got like more equipment that we'll be able to use and stuff like that, but also like people are just kind of coming out of the blue, like, hey, I want to help, I want to join, or I want to do this and that. And it's like, okay, God, like you're adding the pieces. And like, I guess my inspiration is the Holy Spirit, the Father, to just kind of like say, hey, listen, you got this. You're going in the right direction. Like, we're going to put the pieces together. We're going to do it together. So I think that's for me, like, the thing is like, okay, I can keep going now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's good. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good. All right. Well, we're going to stay with that little answer that you had. Unless
Well,
you have anything else.
I do.
Go ahead.
I got a dog this past weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
My inspiration. He's like my son. He inspires me to get up
Can we bring
and,
is he
and work.
sleep?
Yeah,
He's sleeping.
Can we bring him on? This is our new
Mascot.
Mascot. Our new member.
And the fact that he didn't even jump up, like, oh shoot, Jax would have been like,
Okay.
you about to.
What's
This
his
is-
name? Tell everybody his name.
His name is West Carter Dumel. Named
He
after
Not
got
a
a-
first,
he has a
middle,
middle name?
and last.
Carter after Sean Carter, Wayne Carter.
Oh my gosh.
Could have just left it at the first name, but
Yeah,
But his name is
Just-
West.
and he's so precious.
Yeah.
and we love him so.
Yes.
Do you guys want to hold him?
And he's, of
No.
course, and he's
Pass
been
him down the
quiet.
line.
He's been quiet. Oh, he's been quiet this whole time. Knocked out.
Such a good dog.
He is. Well, Wes, do you have any words for the people?
Anything you want to say? Hmm?
He's like,
He has been very quiet. I haven't heard him bark or anything.
He's like, I was asleep, guys.
He's like, no, I don't have anything to say. I would like to go back to sleep, please.
Give him
for a
a
little
creatives
run
are
today.
essential collar.
What happened?
Hey, make it happen. We're selling dog collars now.
Oh,
And little dog clothes.
Yeah,
For all
he-
our dog
he is-
moms and
Actually, he
dads.
did inspire
you
me.
should do a
this
dog
week.
hoodie.
Okay. I'm down.
Wow. I figured that'd be one of the things you guys get excited about.
Nah, I was joking. I'm not really one into dog clothes.
I wasn't. I guess I wasn't serious, but I thought
I know.
it would have been something.
Yeah.
Well,
But he's been pooping and peeing outside for the most part. And he actually crawled up the stairs all by himself. What was
did.
it? Sunday?
yeah.
Sunday. But he's good.
That's the best time.
He's smart. We get on my nerves. We be arguing because he'd be like biting my ankles and I'd be like, stop. And then he just keeps biting them. And then it's like a
don't
whole
know no
conversation.
better. He
But-
don't know no better.
But he's a great dog.
He is.
Great,
Look how
great dog.
precious he is. Oh, so precious. Well,
Get ready for people to bypass you and just
Oh, it
go
happens
to
all
the
the
dog.
time. Joe, you want to go to the mall
Dogs
this
and
week?
kids.
No, never mind. That could come off a different, a different way.
I didn't even think about that. That's true.
Never mind.
Yeah, come check them out, girl.
well, we're gonna leave it there. Thanks for checking us out. I am Christina.
It's your boy Mark Lee.
Des.
I'm Joe. Later, friends.
Catch you on the next one. Peace.
Peace.